Hello everyone, welcome back to Solasta Crown of the Magister. Last time we moved through the temple, met the princess who herself indeed is a dragon, and on what was our 100th episode we were instructed to take a long rest, and so here we are now, session 101, commencing that long rest. Game? Great moment there, game. Great moment. So, camping for 11 hours. Then starting our long rest formally. I believe we are attuned to the things we want to be attuned to, although... did we say we were going to swap this out for something else? Was that the plan? I think it was. I believe I intended to do that. As for spells, we're going to want Revivify just in case. Daylight's going to be important. We've got Fireball, of course. Scorching Ray and Branding Smite by our oath. Everyone has magic weapons, so we're not likely to cast that for anything, although I'm not sure what else of our selection here we would choose. Temporary hit points cannot be frightened for a limited time. I think we're more likely to just use our smites and such, so we'll leave that as it is. No harm done. Gothic. Right, I don't think we're now going to be needing knock. That seems far less likely. We could take a different large AoE on the off chance that something is really resistant to fire and we need a different solution. So we could take a lightning bolt here. Counterspell we certainly want. Shatter is good at the lower levels. Shield magic missile we want. Featherfall is debatable, but if we do end up getting pushed from a high place, we'll be grateful to have it. And who knows how big the environments might be for these finales, if that is indeed what is about to happen. But I don't think there's any alterations I need to make desperately, so we'll go with that there. And for Pastel, we're happy with this. And for her spells, Flame Strike, Mass Cure Wounds. Shouldn't need Raise Dead, because that's 10 days of death to raise something. Greater Restoration removes one detrimental condition such as Charm or Curse, or an effect that reduces an ability score or hit points. I think I'm more likely to want that than Insect Plague. Banishment could be clutch. We might want Death Ward. And really, I'm not going to cast Guardian of Faith where I can simply upcast Spirit Guardians. So we'll take a Death Ward, or is that concentration? No? Good. When reduced to 0 hit points, HP is set to 1 instead, preventing instant death from massive damage or effects. And if there's something we could take for Mass Healing Word instead, probably Prayer of Healing, because that's going to be done over a 10-minute period, which we're not going to be using in the middle of a fight, and we'll have all our hit dice for short rests. So, that's that. That is the end of our long rest. We can now see what is in this chest that we did not have access to previously. Magnificent Dagger, 1d4 plus 2. A Quarterstaff plus 2. Nicely crafted boots. a handy haversack, a magnificent shield +2, magnificent plate armor, cash, antitoxin, scroll of blindness, and some food. So immediately, of course, we're going to go to Gothic, and we're going to ritual cast identify on some of this extra stuff. Why are we not wearing this? Hold on. Hold the phone. Cloth of the Lightbringers, clothing very rare. Resistance to necrotic damage. I had only ever seen the resistance to necrotic damage is halved. I'd never noticed that it sets AC to 14 plus dex bonus, which is incredible. So we should definitely find an attunement slot for that. This is turning into the most anticlimactic jump into a portal I've ever seen. Okay. Hold on. I apologize for such an anticlimactic moment. Use that. Then of this new stuff, we do have stuff with unknown properties, perhaps. So we're going to be just another moment here, ritual casting stuff. So we've got this new weapon. Just a +2 dagger, fine. Anything else that we found? We know about that one. Fancy high heels. Boots of striding and springing. You have to wonder if we were given these things because these are the tools that are best going to help us with what's to come in a moment. Also, if you don't have Identify at this point, you've got big problems. +2 shield. Dwarven plate. Any more for any more? I think that's all of them. Okay. So with that done, let's see what of that needs attunement. Item properties, +2 to AC, strength, advantage on strength athletics checks when shoving bearer, sets AC to 20, minimum strength 15. We'll give that to Kite because he's the only one that would be wearing it anyway. So we can do a comparison. So it's +2 to AC, does not require... what's the word? Attunement. So our AC is currently 22. If Kite puts this on, 24 AC is monstrously high. Then Pastel is proficient with shields. This is a +1. Cast light at will. Cast daylight every day once. We're likely going to want to use those spells in the upcoming fight, so we're probably not going to be able to benefit as much from a +4 shield. Unfortunately, Faith nor Gothic are able to equip that. Minimum walk speed is 6. Can jump at a maximum distance without risk. Unaffected by encumbrance penalties. Unaffected by heavy armor penalties. But that also requires attunement. Does anybody not have a handy haversack? Not that I know why we would need the extra weight right now, but sure. This is only ×3 multiplier for inventory, whereas this is times 1.8, so that's actually worse. Oh, because I thought this was going to be the bigger one, because I thought this would be bigger because this image is larger, but hey-ho. Scroll of blindness. Okay, so we've looked through what's here. We're attuned to, I think, what we want to be, apart from possibly this armor for Gothic. Set AC to 14 plus Dex, which is currently +2, so that will set his AC to 16. It's currently only 15. But we'd have to lose one of our attunements. Now this has Shield of Faith and Mage Armor and +1 to AC. If we cast Mage Armor on ourselves, which we can actually just do right now, that in itself puts our AC up to 18. 13 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, whereas this is going to be 14. So this would set us to 19 instead of 18. I think with what we've got going on, this will be fine. I wish I had read the things that I had and the possessions I owned better earlier. Okay. I feel bad that this has been 11 minutes working up to this moment. I apologize. But hey, we're using the major gate. It's not ominous at all, that loading screen.
Look at that. The heart of the Badlands. Almost the epicenter of the cataclysm.
There's nothing left of the old empire.
All right, people, we're not here for the view.
This wind, it's not natural. It's a mana wind. We can't use magic to get across.
So, falling would be a bad idea then?
We've been through worse.
Okay. I mean, I assume I can just traverse this with the heroes knowing what to do. This isn't going to be some kind of puzzle. Or someone's going to fall to their death. No, we're down safe. Let's get cautious for just a moment. Faith, Pastel, Kite, Gothic are about to fall dangerously. You can cast Featherfall to prevent any damage. I will do that.
What kind of creature lives in a place like this?
You got it. Fire spiders.
Clumsy idiot.
Okay. Well, we're not all prone and surprised or anything, which is great. We've got spiders to the left and right of us, and a fire elemental right ahead, with Faith up first. Now, what I would like to not be doing is standing in a grid like this, because this puts us at the greatest risk of area of effect spells. But equally, I would like Faith to be stood somewhere that she can ready an attack action so that something might get sneak attacked if they come closer to us. So I'm not sure what our best option is here, because Kite is wielding his shield and he's able to defend anyone causing an attacker to have to act at disadvantage. And I don't know, I might know. What's our intelligence on these things? 2 of 4. Let's actually check our bestiary here a second. So we don't know what attacks they're going to be using. We can also see Fire Elemental. We know they have a bad Charisma save and a bad Strength save. Not sure how that's going to help us. Burning Touch, melee attack, +6 to hit, 2 attacks. 2d6 plus 3 fire damage, inflicts on fire from elemental. So we have learned something about these creatures in the past. So this guy must attack by melee and is going right at the end of the order. So we'll put Faith here, still within 1 tile of Kite, so he has the chance to defend. And we will ready a melee attack with our sword. Alright, that misses. Kite can block though, forcing disadvantage on the attacker. And 34 on a dex save is massive. Right, Kite's up. We've got these 2 guys hanging out down here. 1 across the way that isn't taking a turn yet. And 2 at the back. So I guess we're just going to start striking out against the things closest to us. Hitting on a 16 is great. We're not going to start smiting yet, because we don't know if we'll get another chance to long rest in the course of these fights.
Wait till the next one.
It's a bad damage. But that's a crit. Is it worth smiting on a crit? Maybe just once. Pastel's up. We all know what Pastel's going to be doing. We're going to move slightly further away, so we might not be the first target of the things coming to attack us. And we will be casting Spirit Guardians. We're going to use it just at level 3 for now. They take 10 radiant damage coming into the zone of our control with Spirit Guardians. Now Gothic is up. We cannot move without taking an opportunity attack from this Fire Spider. So what do we want to do? I must remember also that we have these other powers as well. Arcane Shock. You overcharge your mana and become restrained until the end of your turn. However, when you cast an attack spell, your damage dice are always above average. In return, you make a con saving throw of DC 14, taking 2d6 psychic damage if you fail. Now, we can check out our con save. That is plus 13 for Gothic, which is, I had no idea that these saves were so high. Saving throw modifier plus 13 is just obscene. So if we get hit, we have to make a concentration check, which you need to have at least a 10 or more. So we can't fail that currently. I guess that's Kite's aura of protection really, really hammering home our good defenses. So if we want to use this power, I think we can pretty safely do so given how high our Constitution saving throw is. So why not use this once since we have 4? How long does this last? 0 rounds. Alright, let's not do that, because if we're restrained, any creature attacking us will be at advantage. So I'm just going to go with a shatter back here against these 2. They failed, taking 12 damage apiece. It's not bad, it's not incredible, but I'll take it. More fire spiders coming into the radiant damage location. And we're just getting some graphical glitches here on the attack rolls, but nothing we can't deal with. Then the fire elemental is at the very end of the round. Yes, I will cast shield. Right, Gothic is now on fire, which is a bad time. But for now, we're just going to focus on attacking those around us in the best ways that we can. So Faith is going to attack the spider with the full health, because we'll get a sneak attack with its proximity next to Kite, and then Kite can probably finish the weaker of them. Although that said, the weaker of them is up first in the order, so maybe we will actually prioritize them.
More coming your way.
That's one fewer attacks coming to us in a moment. I'm actually going to disengage here and take a step across towards Pastel, just so that she's less likely to be attacked by the stuff on this side, because I want her to keep her concentration. Okay, they took 17 radiant damage. We're gonna strike now. Seven damage is rough, but what are you gonna do? You're gonna hit for 14, that's what you're gonna do. You're gonna rally. Here's Pastel's turn. We're still concentrating on that area of effect spell. I don't think we can put out Gothic. I would if I could. But there's no help action. So let's use some of... I'm really cautious about using too many spell slots too soon. $15 damage from a cantrip is great. That's more than Shatter does. Or at least did. Alright. We're gonna be boring and extinguish ourselves. I don't think we need to create any light around us.
And the winner is me.
This is the elemental, so yes, I'm going to cast shield again. We will be able to arcane recovery at some point. Oh, we're on fire again. Lovely. Right, Faith. Can we sneak attack this guy? Are we in proximity with Gothic of it on a corner? I think we are. If we're not, I'll be sad. We were. That's good. That's a nice hit.
Stay with us.
That is a rough pair of... Wait. Fire off spray. On fire from fire off spray. Where is a fire off spray in this fight? There's only spiders and elementals. Unless something else is attacking us from the wings. Or there's some kind of error. Possibly the error. Right, let's attack this weak one.
You're not coming back.
It's dead. We can use our movement between our two attacks and come and help out over here. This I will smite for. Very low damage, unfortunately. Kite is no longer on fire, which is great. The elemental has 21 HP, and Gothic does have a turn before it. And there is this spider here to deal with. Did we know how good the fire elemental's dex save is? +3. Possibly with proficiency, not sure. It's not ideal. We could just shoot it with a crossbow. Do we have magical ammo? We do. We have magical bolts, so it won't be resistant to the attack.
I was sure.
Massive whiff. Alright, this guy still has 21 HP remaining. We could magic missile a bunch. I'm going to have a negative against that. Alright, we'll go with... Do I want to magic missile now? I would really rather kill it before it takes another turn, is the big thing. If a dart on average does like 3 damage, because it's 1d4 plus 1, we would need to fire like 7 darts, which is a lot. Or we have to try and find some other way to do a lot of damage right now, which our spells aren't really best suited to. We could lightning bolt him. Seems kind of overkill. And we're running low on first level spell slots because we've been shielding a lot. Target is out of range for that. This is just a grand bad old time, isn't it? Alright, we're going to be boring. Are we going to extinguish ourselves? We must have... Let's go with a scroll of magic missile. Oh, he's got 5 HP left. I really thought the radiant damage might get them. But they're attacking Kite now, who has 24 AC, so slightly better off. Faith is up. We're going to have Faith disengage and hit this spider. Because they're within range of Gothic, and this spider needs more damage doing to it.
Good.
Excellent. And then Kite should be able to finish this off for its remaining 5 HP. What are these secret checks?
Over there. Sorax.
They don't need to hide here.
They're not paying any attention to us. What are they doing?
Dropping gigantic bones into lava.
Why?
They're not just any bones. Those are dragon bones.
How many dragons died here?
Remember what the princess said. This place is deadly to them.
There's no other way. We need to get up there.
Without being shot at, preferably.
Okay. Well, we're through our first encounter. Gothic, extinguish yourself. Thank you ever so much. We're alive for now. Not quite sure where we're going next. I know this general direction, but it's all quite dark and murky for the moment. In any case, thank you for joining me for this 101st session of our first campaign in Solasta Crown of the Magister. I've no idea how many more encounters lay awake ahead of us, but we will soon find out. Thank you ever so much for watching. If you're enjoying the series, please do consider subscribing or hitting that like button. If you have any questions or comments, you can put them down below. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.